Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, my name is Audrey and I post acting videos. So this is part of my series of The Actor Who Didn't Book the Role. It's where I play my audition for a movie or TV show after it's already come out so I don't get in trouble, and then just kind of critique myself and talk about my thoughts on it. I think it's always interesting to see a day player audition because, you know, you kind of don't want to do too much, but you don't want to do too little. So one's a day player, like 1 or 2 lines, and then one is a slightly bigger role that they said was possibly reoccurring, and it ended up actually being a reoccurring role. So I'm gonna play these. So this is interesting. They actually had me send in 2 takes. So when a casting company asks you to send in 2 takes, you want to do them 2 completely different ways. And so I usually just do 2 different takes on the character and try to make them as different as possible. So I'm excited actually to watch this because I haven't seen this audition in about a year, and I'm really excited to see what I did to make the 2 different takes differently, and I'll see if I remember what I was trying to do. This is also the first audition I did with my new agent that I was really excited to get, so I wanted it to be really good.
Puerto Rico does not have the right to vote. What about it, Ellie? Are we failing our democracy?
I mean, I think we're always going to have shortcomings and room for improvement, but that doesn't mean we're not a democracy.
So you're saying when women didn't have the right to vote in this country, it was still democratic?
But women protested and got the right to vote, and we made the democracy better. And we only could have done that in a democratic society. And for the record, my parents bought a vacation home in Puerto Rico. We love it there.
Very interesting. I'm going to go right into the other one. I know that's a pretty short scene, and see what the difference was between these 2 different.
Puerto Rico does not have the right to vote. What about it, Ellie? Are we failing our democracy?
No, I mean, I think we're always going to have shortcomings and room for improvement, but doesn't mean we're not a democracy.
So you're saying when women didn't have the right to vote in this country, it was still democratic?
Women protested and we got the right to vote, and we made the democracy better. That only could have happened in a democratic society. Oh, and for the record, my parents bought a vacation home in Puerto Rico, and we love it there.
I like that audition a lot. I think it's really funny, so that's why I like it. The character description was Ellie. The character is portrayed 17 to 18, white. She is not prim and proper, but she is one of the richest seniors at Cedar Cove Prep, possibly reoccurring. So the only thing they gave you to go off of is she is not prim and proper, but she is one of the richest seniors at Cedar Cove Prep. So I kind of took that to mean that the character's like entitled and spoiled. So for the first one, I kind of played it as like a mean girl know-it-all, and then the second one I tried to do more of like a ditzy one. And I feel like those were kind of the only 2 ways that you could take this character. But I thought I don't find myself funny, and I don't feel like I usually do very good with like comedy, but I actually thought that was kind of funny. I actually feel like that was pretty good, and I feel like that was a really good example of 2 takes because it was 2 very different takes on the same scene and the same character. So I like that audition. I feel like that was pretty good. I haven't actually watched the show yet. I'm actually going to, if you want to check out my TikTok, I'm going to put the finished scene right next to my audition and see how different it is. So this one was a much smaller part, 17 to 18 years old, white. She's a student at I've said this wrong every time, I'm pretty sure. Cedar Cove Prep, studying in an English class on the Ivy League track. 1 scene, 2 lines. So it's a pretty small role. I did this with my friend because my sister, who's always my reader, was out of town. He's not used to being a reader, so it was funny.
Steinbeck's plot focuses on the migrants' movement west. Thematically, what does his narrative touch on?
How a community can help each other through challenging times.
It reflects core American values of unity. All good thoughts, which we will revisit. Let's continue the reading. Casey?
The concrete highway was edged with a mat of tangled, broken, dry grass.
That was it. I remember it being longer than that for some reason, but yeah, that was all for that one. But, you know, it's so interesting to do those type of, because the Ellie one, obviously there's more to the character than just saying a line. But this character, you know, there's not really much to go off of. If I were to critique myself, I would say try to be probably, like, obviously this character is supposed to be very, very smart and intelligent, so I feel like I could have played on that professionalism more or something. I obviously like changed my outfit, and I feel like the outfit was really good for like what I was auditioning for. And yeah, I feel like that's kind of what you do for just like a 1 or 2 line role. That was obviously a very cut and dry scene. My sister got the same audition for that one, so they kind of just go off of like, you know, obviously who is good at acting, but who is what they're looking for, and You know what I mean? Because most actors, like pretty much any actor can do that scene and it's going to be good. It doesn't really require much acting. So for those type of roles, you know, you don't want to be too much or like try to be too interesting because it draws away from the leads in the scene. Like you're just there to support the leads in that scene. You don't want to draw too much attention to yourself, and you're just there to push along the story and be that person reading off the book, which is hard for us actors because, you know, we love the art of acting. We want to like think and like do certain things and have tactics and stuff, but sometimes that's all that it requires. So I think earlier me would have tried to do something a little, you know, crazy to stand out for that, but I think that was a very good, cut and dry, probably what they were looking for rendition of the character Casey that they had me audition for. But those are really good. It's so fun getting to like watch back auditions of me from just a year ago, because the ones from like 2 or 3, 4 years ago, I can't even watch them. But seeing ones from a year ago, I'm still proud of those. Like I've definitely improved, but I'm still proud of them. So it's exciting. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know I was posting on Saturdays. Now I'm trying to post on Mondays. With the strike and everything, I've just had a lot of trouble coming up with like content ideas. So if you guys have any ideas at all or any videos you want to see, leave them down below. Acting, not acting related, literally anything. It's just hard for all of us actors right now. There's not a lot going on, but things are supposed to be getting better for us, so praying about that. I'm trying to post every Monday, so that's my new posting day. I appreciate every single one of you, and I believe in all of you, and I hope to see all of you on set one day, and I will see you in the next one.